I went off and just went crazy and went wild, just was, being reckless.
That was Justin Bieber, and what he's saying now is sending shockwaves through the courtroom. In a move no one saw coming, Bieber has taken the stand against Diddy, claiming he was forced into things he can't even speak on without breaking down. Word is, the testimony was raw, emotional, and damning. So what did Justin say exactly? And how deep does this go? Let's break it all down. The internet has been absolutely losing it since Diddy got arrested in September 2024. We're talking serious charges that include sex trafficking and racketeering. And the Stan accounts immediately started connecting dots about the music mogul's past relationships. One name that's been trending nonstop across platforms is Justin Bieber, who was basically still in his Belieber era when Diddy took him under his wing. This whole saga has been giving major main character energy across TikTok, Twitter, and literally every T channel on YouTube. But before we start throwing around accusations, let's secure the facts and separate the real tea from the clout-chasing rumors. Here's the core timeline. Diddy got arrested in September 2024 facing those felony charges: racketeering, sex trafficking, and transportation to engage in prostitution. This wasn't just some random cancel culture moment. We're talking federal indictments. The arrest had everyone doing deep dives into Diddy's past relationships, especially with young stars like teenage Justin Bieber between 2009 and 2011. The real bombshell that broke the internet? All those resurfaced videos showing Diddy with baby Bieber that are now being watched with fresh eyes and major side-eye. These clips absolutely blew up, with reaction videos, body language analysts, and conspiracy theory threads trying to decode the interactions between these two music industry figures. The video that's gotten the most views and definitely the most uncomfortable vibes is from 2009, titled Justin Bieber's 48 HRS with Diddy. In this seriously cringe clip that was posted on Bieber's own YouTube channel, Diddy claims to have custody of 15-year-old Bieber for 48 hours, saying they were going to go buck full crazy, while Bieber mentions wanting to go get some girls. The comment section is absolutely dragging Diddy now, with everyone pointing out how creepy this looks in hindsight.
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
Then there's that Jimmy Kimmel Live appearance that's giving major red flag energy. In this clip from 2011, Diddy straight up warns Bieber not to spill about the things he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Like, sir, that comment alone sent Twitter into a complete meltdown and had drama channels creating multi-part series analyzing every facial expression.
When is that coming, that Lamborghini? We talked about this last time.
He had the Lamborghini for a day or two, and he had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television.
Or apparently not.
Everything ain't for everybody.
The absolute cringe fest continues with another video from 2010 that's been making the rounds. This one shows Diddy in his villain era, giving 16-year-old Bieber a bad boy Letterman jacket, while low-key grilling him about why they haven't been hanging out. Bieber looks visibly uncomfy, serving that awkward energy as he jokes that Diddy doesn't even have his number. The comment sections are filled with people pointing out the power imbalance vibes. Now, let's talk about why these old videos are hitting different in 2025. They're being viewed alongside the absolutely horrifying allegations about Diddy's Freakoffs, which court documents describe as basically organized, drug-fueled sex parties that Diddy allegedly orchestrated, involving coerced activities with female victims and male sex workers, all while cameras were rolling. It's giving major Predator vibes, and people are questioning every interaction Diddy ever had with young artists. The plot twist that sent Stan Twitter into overdrive? A May 2025 article from IMDb claimed Bieber has been telling friends about a nightmare experience with Diddy. The article was giving unnamed sources close to the star energy, but it still went viral faster than that one fan com of Jungkook drinking water. The story has sparked intense speculation about what might have happened between the two stars. Social media basically turned into a game of telephone, with accounts sharing increasingly wild theories. A post from @JerseyGirls1 on May 8, 2025, went full conspiracy mode, claiming that Bieber's testimony could seal Diddy's fate, despite having zero receipts to back up that Bieber was testifying at all. Social media basically turned into a game of telephone, with accounts sharing increasingly wild theories. A post from @JerseyGirls1 on May 8, 2025, went full conspiracy mode, claiming various scenarios about Bieber and Diddy's relationship. despite having zero receipts to back up the claims. The tea got even spicier when Suge Knight entered the chat. The former Death Row Records CEO made headlines when he claimed in an interview that Diddy had allegedly molested Bieber and Usher, calling it the saddest thing in the world. But let's remember Suga is giving major trust me bro vibes here with these third-party accusations. Singer Jaguar Wright also jumped into the discourse, dropping claims suggesting that Usher basically served Bieber up to Diddy on a silver platter. Again, we're getting zero verification on these serious allegations.
They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler. Does that sound like a good guy?
Even 50 Cent, who's basically the ultimate tea spiller of the rap game, weighed in with some Suez comments suggesting that Bieber was deliberately avoiding Diddy. This had everyone in the comment section tagging true crime YouTubers asking them to cover the story. Diddy's past behavior is now being analyzed with FBI-level scrutiny. His infamous parties, especially those bougie white parties, are getting the true crime documentary treatment from internet sleuths. A resurfaced 2002 interview is now giving major villain origin story vibes, with Diddy casually joking about locks on the doors at his parties and creating rooms with no air conditioning where everybody gets a little bit more comfortable and loose. The comment sections are absolutely destroying him. As these videos and allegations continue to circulate, the relationship between Bieber and Diddy has become a focal point of intense speculation and concern. The resurfaced interactions between a powerful industry figure and a teenage star have raised important questions about power dynamics in the entertainment world. As Diddy's legal saga continues serving major courtroom drama, everyone's asking the same question: what's Justin Bieber's actual take on all this? While Stan Twitter and drama channels are painting one picture, the Verified Tea tells a much more complicated story about how the Peaches singer is really handling his former mentor's downfall. Let's check the receipts. Multiple Tier 1 sources confirm that Bieber is definitely in his feelings about the Diddy situation. According to Us Weekly, Bieber is in a hard place mentally over the Diddy allegations, and his inner circle is telling him to stay far away from the whole situation. This is giving processing trauma privately energy, not the public drama that some are suggesting. Sources in Bieber's camp have spilled that he's completely disgusted by the allegations against Diddy, and he's basically put his former mentor on permanent block. His response appears to be more about private distancing than public statements. The timing matters too. Bieber is in his dad era now, having welcomed baby Jack with wife Haley. Bieber in August 2024. Insiders say his new father Joy is somewhat buffering the anxiety about Diddy's case. He's focusing on the wholesome family content rather than inserting himself into what's basically becoming the biggest music industry scandal since R. Kelly. That said, the whole situation is still taking a toll. Some sources claim that the stress from Diddy's case might be making Bieber's existing health problems worse, including his Ramsay Hunt syndrome. So while he's not posting reaction videos or giving interviews about Diddy, he's clearly affected behind the scenes. To really understand why Bieber might be in his feels about all this, we need to rewind to the beginning of his relationship with Diddy, which started when Bieber was basically still wearing braces and experiencing his first acne breakout. The Bieber origin story is well known. Discovered by Scooter Braun at 14 in 2008, signed under Usher's wing, and quickly connected with the who's who of the music industry. It was Usher who introduced baby Bieber to Diddy, establishing a mentor relationship during Bieber's most impressionable era, right when he was getting his first taste of fame and probably still had a bedtime. Their relationship wasn't just a one-off photo op. Bieber was hitting up Diddy's parties by 19, attending an Atlanta bash in February 2014, and showing up at Justin Combs' 21st birthday in 2015. Their professional collab peaked when Bieber featured on Moments from Diddy's 2023 album, The Love Album, Off the Grid. Bieber actually called this collab a full circle moment, recalling how he was pitching songs to Diddy when he was just 14. Major yikes in hindsight. Insiders now claim Bieber totally regrets this association and wishes he could unpost those old Instagram pics together. Let's talk about that infamous 48 Hours video that keeps popping up on your FYP. While the title suggests Bieber was basically kidnapped by Diddy for a weekend, Diddy's former bodyguard came with the receipts, saying this was literally just a promotional skit that lasted maybe 1-2 hours max. not an actual 48-hour hangout. A Reddit sleuth also did the Lord's work, pulling together video evidence showing Bieber with his actual friends during that supposed 48-hour period. This is why context matters. The TikTok conspiracy theories about Bieber and Diddy often ignore these clarifications that change the whole narrative. The relationship was definitely giving complicated vibes, but many claims floating around are serving more fiction than reality. Bieber's silence on the matter is particularly notable. Despite trending hashtags begging him to spill the tea, he hasn't posted a single statement about Diddy's arrest or the allegations. This silence suggests he's deliberately staying out of Diddy's legal drama, probably on advice from both his PR team and his therapist. The power dynamics in those old videos definitely deserve the side-eye they're getting. In that 2010 clip where Diddy gives Bieber the bad boy jacket, Bieber looks visibly uncomfortable, a dynamic that hits different now that we're all more aware of how industry veterans might exploit their influence over young stars. This vibe check is especially true for the Jimmy Kimmel appearance where Diddy warns Bieber not to discuss their activities publicly. What seemed like playful banter in 2011 is now giving major red flag energy after Diddy's arrest on serious charges. Social media has played a significant role in amplifying these claims. The algorithmic nature of platforms like TikTok and YouTube tends to reward sensational content, allowing unverified rumors to spread rapidly. A case in point is the circulation of a fake AI-generated song titled "Lost Myself at a Diddy Party," falsely attributed to Bieber, which further fueled speculation about his experiences with Diddy. What we do know is that Bieber seems to be distancing himself from Diddy and focusing on his new dad era. Reports consistently show that Bieber is deeply disturbed by the allegations against Diddy, and his team is advising an absolute no-contact policy. This suggests he's processing some heavy emotions without turning them into a public statement. Some observers have raised valid questions about the adults in Bieber's early career. A former Playboy model called out Bieber's parents for basically being MIA during his formative years in the industry, suggesting that lack of parental supervision left him vulnerable to potential industry predators. Bieber himself has talked pretty candidly about his challenging come-up in the industry and how it impacted his mental health and development. In a 2020 interview, he reflected on the wild experience of becoming famous as a literal child, especially without proper guidance. He dropped this iconic metaphor that perfectly captures the lack of boundaries in his early career. While this interview didn't directly address his relationship with Diddy, it gives major context to why Bieber might have been vulnerable during the era when their paths crossed. His reflection on lacking guidance during his early fame helps explain why interactions with powerful industry figures could have had such an impact. Bieber has been transparent about his journey to healing, discussing how his faith helped him process trauma and build a healthier life. This healing journey might explain why Bieber seems reluctant to revisit potentially triggering experiences from his past, including his relationship with Diddy. His priority appears to be protecting his peace and focusing on building a healthy family life rather than becoming the main character in a high-profile scandal. To fully understand why the Justin Bieber and Diddy situation has everyone in their feelings, we need to zoom out and look at the absolute dumpster fire that is Diddy's current legal situation. The allegations against him go way beyond those awkward videos with Bieber. We're talking about what could become the music industry's biggest scandal in decades. Sean Diddy Combs is basically fighting for his freedom at this point. Arrested in September 2024, he's facing 5 counts, including racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, and transportation to engage in prostitution. If the jury isn't buying what his defense is selling, Diddy could get life in prison, with a mandatory minimum of 15 years just for the sex trafficking charge. The indictment that dropped on September 17, 2024, is giving major organized crime vibes. It accuses Diddy of running a criminal enterprise involved in sex trafficking, racketeering, kidnapping, forced labor, bribery, arson, and obstruction of justice. This isn't just some cancel culture moment. We're talking serious federal charges that paint a picture of systematic abuse spanning decades. The most disturbing details center around the now infamous Freakoffs that have TikTok true crime creators working overtime. Court documents describe these as organized, drug-fueled sex parties orchestrated by Diddy, involving coerced sexual activities with female victims and male sex workers, all recorded for what Diddy allegedly called his personal collection. According to the indictment, these events were meticulously planned with Diddy's entourage entourage handling all the logistics. Rooms for these parties were allegedly stocked with a pharmacy's worth of narcotics, ecstasy, cocaine, GHB, and ketamine, plus lubricant, extra bedding, and professional lighting for filming. Victims were reportedly coerced through drugs, threats, violence, and manipulation of their careers or financial situations. Classic predator tactics. These events could supposedly last for days, with participants sometimes needing IV fluids afterward because they were so physically depleted. Even more disturbing, Diddy allegedly used recordings of these events as blackmail to keep victims silent, with his team helping cover everything up through bribes and intimidation. This whole legal nightmare gained momentum after Cassie Ventura, Diddy's ex-girlfriend, filed a bombshell lawsuit in November 2023. She accused him of a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking, with detailed allegations of physical abuse, rape, and forced participation in freakoffs. Although this lawsuit was settled within 24 hours, suspicious timing, it opened the floodgates for many more accusers to come forward. Since Ventura's initial lawsuit, over 80 individuals have filed sexual assault lawsuits against Diddy, with allegations spanning from 1990 to 2023. The stats are staggering. At least 64 accusers claim they were drugged, and at least 17 allege they were minors when assaulted. The lawsuits involve 43 women and 38 men, many of whom claim Diddy leveraged his industry clout to silence them. The trial, officially called United States v. Combs, kicked off on May 5, 2025, serving major courtroom drama. As of May 13, 2025, jury selection is complete with 12 jurors and 6 alternates seated, 12 men and 6 women. Opening statements on May 12th had prosecutors painting Diddy as basically the godfather of a criminal enterprise. The testimony so far has been giving major tea. A hotel security guard testified about witnessing Diddy assault Ventura in 2016, claiming he was offered hush money to stay quiet. The guard also mentioned a male prostitute's presence in the room, connecting the incident to the alleged freak-off activities. Diddy, for his part, is giving full denial energy. He's pleaded not guilty to all charges, and his legal team is working overtime to control the narrative. His defense, led by attorneys Mark Agnafilo and Tenny Garagos, argues that the freak-off videos show fully consenting adults in private sexual activities, with no evidence of coercion or violence. They're also suggesting that the lawsuits are giving major clout-chasing energy, especially after New York's Gender-Motivated Violence Act expired, which had allowed older claims to be filed. Diddy's PR strategy paints him as a misunderstood music icon and philanthropist, whose reputation is being unfairly dragged. The allegations against Diddy have people asking serious questions about the music industry's toxic culture and power dynamics. Critics are drawing parallels to R. Kelly and Harvey Weinstein, suggesting a pattern of powerful men allegedly exploiting their position to prey on vulnerable individuals. Attorney Tony Busby has claimed that multiple A-list celebrities were involved in these freak-offs, suggesting some have quietly paid settlements to avoid being exposed. This has everyone speculating about which other industry names might eventually be dragged into this mess. This toxic industry backdrop makes the Bieber allegations hit different. Those resurfaced videos of their interactions definitely raise valid concerns about the power imbalance at play when Bieber was just a kid trying to navigate fame. The entertainment industry has always given major exploitation vibes, especially toward child stars. From Judy Garland to the Disney Channel pipeline, young performers often navigate adult environments without proper protection. Bieber entered this world at just 14, still doing homework and dealing with puberty while suddenly becoming a global superstar. Bieber has been refreshingly candid about how challenging this experience was. The power imbalance is painfully obvious in those resurfaced videos with Diddy. When a grown man questions why a teenager hasn't been hanging out with him, and that teenager looks visibly uncomfortable, it's giving major red flag energy. There's a clear dynamic at play between an established industry mogul and a kid who is probably still asking for permission to stay out late. Culture has shifted dramatically in how we view these interactions. Behaviors that might have been normalized in 2010 are now rightfully getting called out. The internet is basically doing a collective rewatch of these old clips with 2025 awareness about power and consent. It's crucial to note that uncomfortable vibes in a video don't equal criminal behavior. However, they absolutely raise questions about how the industry treats young artists and the responsibilities of those with power. The former Playboy model who criticized Bieber's parents for their absence during his early career is highlighting a key issue. Young stars need strong support systems and advocates to protect them from potential exploitation. This has become a major talking point as the industry supposedly tries to do better by its young talent. The music industry has been put on notice in recent years, with demands for better safeguards for young artists and accountability responsibility for powerful figures. The Diddy allegations have amplified these conversations about reform. As for Justin Bieber's current situation, he seems to be in his healing era, focusing on family and keeping his distance from the controversy. Having welcomed baby Jack with Hailey Bieber in August 2024, Bieber appears to be prioritizing dad life over drama. Insiders claim Bieber is completely disgusted by the allegations against Diddy, and his team has probably put a strict gag order on him addressing anything related to the case. His silence isn't giving guilty vibes. It's more likely a strategic choice to protect his mental health and family from unnecessary stress. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.
It's emotions like I would never be able to tell you how beautiful it is.
Yeah. Justin and Selena may have fully moved on with their lives, but their besties are convinced there's still something between them, and it's giving real soulmate energy. The vibes get absolutely chaotic every time either of them drops new music, and fans lose their minds dissecting every single lyric for hidden messages. It's low-key obvious that just because they broke up doesn't mean the love story ended, and apparently there's way more happening behind the scenes than what made it to social media. Surprising revelations from friends. Okay, so Jelena was literally the power couple of our generation, no cap. From 2010 to 2018, Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez served relationship goals that had us all in our feels. Their whole situationship went viral before going viral was even a thing. We watched these two grow up from baby-face celebs into full-on icons, all while trying to figure out love in the most toxic environment possible. Hollywood, with thousands of stan accounts documenting their every move. On Reddit, fans have been obsessing over Jelena for years, with many calling them the it couple of our generation. Even while acknowledging the toxic elements, the nostalgia for their relationship remains strong among fans who grew up following their every move. But here's the tea. While we were all obsessing over their public moments, their besties and inner circles were witnessing a whole different vibe behind the scenes. When Justin and Selena first hard-launched their relationship in 2010 to 2011, it was giving pure, unfiltered young love energy. In interviews, Justin was simping hard for Selena, giving us those heart eyes emoji vibes IRL. This wasn't some PR stunt cooked up by their teams. Homie was genuinely catching feelings.
And the little kiss to Selena was so cute.
Yeah, she's amazing.
And you tried to pull her up on stage too, but she didn't want to come.
No, I was just, giving her my...
During this era, sources in their circle told People magazine that they were actually connecting on a real level, finding common ground in the chaotic celeb lifestyle they were both navigating. She's been trying to focus on her work and not get caught up in the drama. An insider spilled, showing how their friends were watching them try to build something authentic while the world was watching. What's wild is that their chemistry was obvious from the beginning. According to research, their early interactions at events like their famous New York IHOP date showed a playful connection that friends noticed immediately. Justin even serenaded Selena at one of her concerts, which friends said was totally unplanned and showed how smitten he was. Justin giving the most awkwardly adorable answer about their relationship at this school visit is peak 2010-esque nostalgia.
What do I do on the weekends? What do me and Selena do on the weekends? We go to movies. And we kiss. We don't do that. Okay, next question.
That cringe moment gives big first relationship energy, the kind of vibe that had their friends probably facepalming, but also low-key finding it cute at the same time. The first major friend drama popped off in 2012 when rumors hit that Justin's day one, Chaz Summers, supposedly called out Selena for clout chasing. Justin Bieber and Chaz Summers fighting? No, was the eventual clapback, as Chaz denied the beef online. This whole situation had the fandom in shambles, with one fan on FanPop posting about how Justin and Chaz were supposedly no longer friends over the alleged Selena drama, despite there being zero receipts. Their first big breakup in November 2012 had the group chats buzzing. A source in Selena's corner told People magazine that the split had major trust issue vibes, plus Justin's fame was hitting different levels. Selena broke up with Justin about a week ago. It's been a really challenging time for her, with trust issues being a big factor, the tea spiller revealed. Meanwhile, Justin's side was painting him as down bad, with one source saying, Justin is heartbroken. He feels like Selena's been distant. The wildest part of this early era? Taylor Swift, who would later become the ultimate Jelena hater was keeping it muted. On Reddit, fans were speculating why the couple split, with one user suggesting that kids simply grow out of each other, but nobody was dropping any bombshells about what the besties thought. This silence from the squad created a vacuum that fan theories would fill for years to come. When Justin and Selena entered their toxic on-again, off-again era between 2013 to 2015, the friend circle reactions started giving major drama. The most iconic bestie moment? Taylor Swift's disgusted face at the 2013 Billboard Music Awards. When cameras caught Justin and Selena kissing backstage, Tay was caught serving the most brutal side-eye in celebrity history. This reaction instantly became the meme of the moment, with media outlets like Complex highlighting Taylor's response to Justin and Selena's kiss with the visual evidence that launched 1,000 reaction GIFs. During this messy period, insiders spilled that Selena's squad, especially Taylor, was genuinely worried about her emotional well-being whenever she got back with Justin. One source revealed her friends see how toxic it is when she's with him. Taylor especially wants her to move on. The vibe check got even worse, with a 2015 Us Weekly report claiming, Taylor's been clear, Justin's not good for Selena. She sees him as immature. What most people don't know is that in a 2015 interview with Ellen DeGeneres, Justin admitted that 3 songs on his Purpose album were about Selena, saying it was tough to let go, and describing their bond as real. This confession shocked friends on both sides, as Justin was normally super private about their relationship details. The tea got so hot that friendships started falling apart. According to one report, Demi Lovato, who had been giving bestie goals with Selena since their Disney Channel era, ghosted her partly because of the Justin situation. A source spilled that Demi tried to help Selena with her substance problems and also getting rid of Justin from her life. But when Selena wasn't having it, the friendship took a major L. Francia Raisa, another ride or die who would later donate a whole kidney to Selena, was posting low-key, shady Instagram content in 2014 that the fandom quickly decoded as subtle Bieber drags. The social media subtweets became a key battleground where friends threw shade without directly addressing the situation. On Reddit, fans have debated the toxicity of their relationship for years, with one user pointing out that they were iconic and beautiful to witness, but their relationship was toxic, and a breakup was expected. Another fan admitted they were mutually toxic. Selena isn't the saint her fans portray her to be, and Justin admitted to being emotionally abusive. These online discussions reflected what friends were likely saying behind closed doors. On Justin's side, his circle was going through major character development. A 2014 report quoted an anonymous homie saying Justin was feeling the pressure from Selena. His boys tell him she's too controlling, but he's torn. The tea suggests Justin's crew watched him struggle between simping for Selena and wanting his freedom. Some mutual friends like Jaden Smith managed to stay neutral in the drama, keeping it real with both Justin and Selena throughout the saga. Check this vibe. Check with Jaden and Justin.
What's up, Justin here. Jaden. Yeah, that's Jaden. You probably guys. Anyway, we're back. First day of tour. We're just rehearsing, getting all ready.
This chill moment shows how some friends weren't taking sides in the Jelena wars. They were just vibing with both of them, unbothered by the drama, as Justin and Selena kept serving. Relationship whiplash with their constant breakups and makeups. They started processing their feelings through their music. In a 2015 interview with Ellen, Justin admitted several tracks on his Purpose album were about Selena, saying it was tough to let go and that their connection was real. Meanwhile, Selena dropped emotional bangers like The Heart Wants What It Wants, giving us the soundtrack to our own relationship traumas. In a 2015 interview, Selena called Justin her first love, while keeping it real about how the relationship had her in her feels, but also taught her to have boundaries. This honest moment showed the depth that friends on both sides would have witnessed behind the scenes. Despite all the red flags and bestie warnings, Justin and Selena still found themselves back in each other's orbits one last time in late 2017. After Selena's kidney transplant and Justin's church girl era began with Hillsong, they reconnected, serving couple goals at church services and on bike rides around LA. This reunion happened despite years of friend interventions, proving their toxic connection was stronger than any advice their squads could offer. The roller coaster years, friends through the ups and downs. The 2013 to 2018 Jelena saga was peak chaos energy. What started as teen dream romance transformed into the most dramatic on-again, off-again situationship in Hollywood history. While Justin was catching cases, remember the 2014 DUI and egg-throwing scandal, and Selena was dealing with serious health issues, their relationship was giving fans emotional whiplash. Court docs show Justin had to complete anger management classes by 2015 after yeeting eggs at his neighbor's house. These legal dramas added major red flags that their friends couldn't ignore. The Guardian wasn't holding back when they called him the King Joffrey of pop, a Game of Thrones reference that definitely wasn't a compliment. Social media during this era was the Wild West, with X and Instagram serving as battlegrounds for Team Justin versus Team Selena. On X, one fan boldly claimed Taylor Swift had confirmed Justin's infidelity, spreading tea without any actual receipts. Another post on X hilariously imagined Selena confiding in Taylor Swift about Justin's life updates, showing how fans were still creating their own cinematic universe years later. The drama on Reddit was equally spicy, with users posting about how Selena claimed she was emotionally abused by Justin during their relationship. The comment section was giving armchair psychologist vibes, with everyone acting like they were part of Taylor and Selena's group chat. Fans on X have been fiercely defending Justin when he shows signs of frustration, with one user posting, "His crash out is valid. These PPL have been following him since his teenage years," in response to his paparazzi outbursts. Another fan on X added, "They're always constantly harassing him. His whole life has been cameras in his face." These passionate defenses show how fans often reflect the divided loyalties within Justin and Selena's friend circles. What's wild is that in a 2016 Complex interview, Justin described their relationship as a marriage kind of thing, where they were so in love that nothing else mattered. Friends say this intensity was exactly what worried them. The relationship was all-consuming for both stars, leaving little room for healthy boundaries. The bestie dynamics got increasingly spicy as the relationship kept serving plot twists. Taylor Swift's anti-Bieber agenda seemed to intensify, with Us Weekly reporting in 2015 that she thought Justin was giving immature vibes and just fundamentally wasn't it for Selena. Sources claimed Taylor had been clear that Justin wasn't good for Selena, suggesting there were some heated girl talk sessions we'll never get to hear. Selena's 2014 rehab stay, later clarified as lupus and mental health treatment, not substance issues, added another layer to the narrative. While no bestie directly dragged Justin for her condition, sources told E! News that Selena's friends are worried she's spiraling, and that Taylor thinks Justin's drama drags her down. Justin later opened up about his own mental health struggles in a 2019 interview, admitting, "I became resentful, disrespectful to women, and angry. This self-awareness came too late for the relationship, but explained behaviors that had their squads concerned back in the day." More recently, Justin has continued his self-reflection era. In March 2025, he posted on Instagram, stating, "I got anger issues too, but I want to grow and not react so much SMH," alongside pics of his son and throwbacks. This continued character development shows how the Jelena years might have been affected by personal demons his friends spotted but couldn't fully address. The wildest part of this roller coaster, the relationship kept surviving despite all the red flags and bestie interventions. When Justin and Selena briefly rekindled in 2013, they weren't just fighting the internet, they were going against their entire support systems. According to one spicy report, Demi Lovato's friendship with Selena crashed and burned partly because Selena wouldn't take her advice about Justin. Sources claimed Demi tried to help Selena, getting rid of Justin from her life, suggesting some major friend drama that the public only caught glimpses of. Justin's boys apparently had mixed feelings about his Selena obsession. Some sources claimed his crew thought she was too controlling, creating a tug-of-war between his heart and his homies. This classic struggle between the boys and the girlfriend played out on a global stage. Fans on X weighed in with takes about how Swift was protective of Gomez during the Bieber drama, while others on X defended Justin when he had public outbursts, saying that the paparazzi constantly harass him, and his whole life has been cameras in his face. These fan perspectives often reflected the divided loyalties in Justin and Selena's friend circles. To make things even more complicated, sources close to Justin revealed that in a 2019 Instagram post, he admitted he'd always have love for Selena, comparing it to caring for family, not necessarily romance. This nuanced expression of feelings left friends on both sides confused about where the two stars really stood. The media narrative created a simplistic vibe, Selena's good influence besties versus Justin's supposedly problematic squad. But discussions on Reddit about the toxicity of Jelena showed fans recognized the nuance behind the headlines. The comment sections understood that friend dynamics weren't black and white, just messy and complicated like all relationships. Their music became the ultimate subtweet platform. Justin's 2015 Purpose era gave us bangers that were clearly Selena-coded. Sorry, with its iconic "Is it too late now to say sorry?" hook and Mark My Words promising I won't run from the truth were basically musical diary entries that friends on both sides probably recognized immediately. Selena's emotional "The heart wants what it wants" served vulnerability and raw pain. Her AMA's performance had the internet in tears, revealing the genuine emotional roller coaster she was riding, likely with her besties holding her hand off stage. By 2016, they were both supposedly moving on. Justin was linked to Hailey Baldwin, while Selena had a thing with Zed, but their iconic Instagram war that year exposed the unresolved tension. When Justin threatened to private his account because fans fans were dragging Sofia Richie, Selena commented, "If you can't handle the hate, stop posting pictures of your girlfriend." Justin clapped back, accusing her of using him for clout, giving us a public glimpse of the messy emotions their friends were dealing with behind closed doors. This social media showdown revealed that despite their separate situationships, the emotional baggage was still very much unpacked. Their inner circles were probably cringing while watching this drama unfold for millions to see. Throughout these chaotic years, friends on both sides watched as Justin and Selena repeatedly found their way back to each other, defying logic and advice. This suggests that no matter how many intervention talks or girls' nights or boys' trips were organized to keep them apart, their toxic but powerful connection kept drawing them back into the same orbit. Post-breakup perspectives and lingering connections. The final chapter of Jelena closed in 2018 after 8 exhausting years of will they won't they drama. Their definitive split, followed by Justin's whirlwind engagement and marriage to Hailey Baldwin just months later, sent shockwaves through Hollywood and had their squads adjusting to a new normal. The aftermath reveals some juicy intel about what the inner circles really thought about the relationship and whether there's still unfinished business between these two icons. The final Jelena era kicked off with what looked like a promising fresh start in late 2017. After Selena's kidney transplant journey and Justin's church boy rebrand with Hillsong, they reconnected, serving couple goals at church services and on cute bike rides. Friends who had seen this movie before probably had their notifications muted, knowing another plot twist was inevitable. By March 2018, they had called it quits again. But the real gag? Justin proposed to Hailey Baldwin in July 2018 and married her by September. This relationship speedrun had everyone, including their closest friends, absolutely shook. On Selena's side, sources told People magazine that her squad was legitimately relieved she was finally free from the Justin saga. According to this tea spiller, her friends know Justin's engagement hurt, but they're glad she's prioritizing herself. This suggests that while Selena might have been in her feelings about the lightning-fast engagement, her inner circle was celebrating the end of what they saw as a toxic cycle. When Selena dropped Lose You to Love Me in 2019, the ultimate breakup anthem clearly about processing the Justin chapter, Taylor Swift publicly hyped it on Instagram, writing, "This is so beautiful, Selena, so proud of you." This social media support from the ultimate bestie reinforced the narrative that Taylor had been team move on from Justin all along. Francia Raisa, who literally gave Selena a kidney in 2017, told Us Weekly in 2018 that Selena's stronger than ever, a statement many decoded as shade toward the Bieber era. While not explicitly dragging Justin, the timing suggested Francia was thrilled to see her friend leveling up post-Bieber. On Justin's side, sources claimed his crew was fully on board the Hailey train, seeing her as the stability he needed after years of Jelena chaos. One insider spilled that his friends know Hailey grounds him in a way Selena never could, suggesting they saw fundamental compatibility issues in the Jelena pairing that Hailey solved. What's interesting is that in a 2020 NPR interview, Selena confirmed experiencing emotional abuse during their relationship, emphasizing empowerment through therapy, not lingering pain. This revelation shocked many in their friend circles who hadn't realized how deep the issues went. On Reddit, fans have noted how some of Selena's friends were quietly shading Justin for years, with one user pointing out that 85% of Selena's fan base is happy she's no longer with Justin. He was abusing her long before Hailey. These perspectives align with what friends like Taylor Swift seem to be signaling through their actions. As the years passed, both Justin and Selena experienced major glow-ups. Justin embraced married life and leveled up to dad status with baby Jack in 2024, while Selena focused on her multi-hyphenate empire, mental health advocacy, and eventually found her person in producer Benny Blanco, hard-launching their engagement in late 2024. With these new life chapters, their squads shifted from rehashing the past to celebrating their growth. Usher, who discovered Justin as a teen and watched his entire journey, gave the ultimate proud mentor vibes when talking about Justin's fatherhood era.
Very proud. That moment is like none other. To feel that level of love and commitment and the investment of time into your child. I know who he is as a young man, and I know what fatherhood means to him and how important it is. This is an amazing chapter of his life, and I wish him nothing but well.
This wholesome endorsement shows how Justin's day ones view his evolution positively, including moving past the Selena saga. Despite both stars seemingly thriving in their separate lanes, the internet continued serving Jelena conspiracy theories. A 2020 Us Weekly source claimed Selena's squad found Justin's public comments about her disrespectful, stating, "Her friends wish he'd stop mentioning her. She's moved on." This tea suggests that even 2 years post-breakup, Selena's inner circle circle remained protective of her when it came to Justin-related content. Stan Twitter and Reddit never stopped theorizing about hidden messages and Easter eggs. One viral X post boldly claimed Taylor Swift had confirmed Justin's infidelity without receipts, showing how fanfiction often replaced actual facts. Fans on Reddit analyzed Swift's song Question, which Stans theorized was about Justin's treatment of Selena, showing the continued obsession with connecting Taylor's discography to the Jelena narrative. Some users have speculated that Swift's music contains subtle references to what she witnessed during the relationship. What's truly wild is that in a 2019 Instagram post, amid fan attacks on Hailey, Justin wrote, "I loved and love Selena, but Hailey is my bride," acknowledging Gomez's place in his life while prioritizing his marriage. This nuanced statement left friends on both sides analyzing exactly what he meant by using present tense love alongside past tense loved. The messiest tea came in 2025, when The Sun dropped an article suggesting friends had revealed a 7-year war between Justin and Selena. The piece quoted an anonymous pal, claiming Justin felt guilty about Selena, but was frustrated she hadn't fully moved on. However, no reputable sources backed this up, giving major clickbait energy. A major plot twist occurred in 2023 when Selena defended Hailey against toxic stan behavior on TikTok, showing character development that surprised everyone. This maturity moment suggested Selena herself had moved beyond the drama, potentially influencing how her squad viewed the situation too. The post-breakup era also gave us glimpses into Justin's new relationship dynamics. This viral clip captured an awkward moment with Hailey that had the internet spiraling.
I can't, don't touch me right now. Like, not right now, but I'm just saying.
I thought you were being serious.
No, just in general.
While this doesn't directly connect to Selena, it shows the kind of relationship moments that friends observe, reminding us that all relationships have their awkward times, even post-Jelena. Justin's occasional public meltdowns continued making headlines, as seen in this recent paparazzi interaction.
Money, 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 money. Money, get out of here, bro. Money. All you want, don't care about you. All you want is money. Go, get out of here. All you guys want is money. Money, 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 money. Money, money, money. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, money.
These frustration moments show the ongoing pressure Justin navigates. Pressure his friends witnessed during and after the Selena era, potentially informing their takes on why the relationship couldn't last. One of the most fascinating aspects of post-Jelena life has been watching how Selena's 2025 album, I Said I Love You, first stirred up fresh discussions. Tracks like How Does It Feel to Be Forgotten, with lyrics like You're So Embarrassing, Go Cry When No One's Watchin', had fans convinced she was reflecting on Justin's quick move to Hailey. However, Selena's engagement to Blanco suggests these were retrospective reflections rather than signs of current feelings. On Reddit, fans have acknowledged the relationship's complexity, with one user noting that they were mutually toxic, and Selena isn't the saint her fans portray her to be. These balanced perspectives suggest that friends on both sides likely saw flaws and strengths in both Justin and Selena that contributed to their relationship struggles. A controversial take among Selena critics on Reddit is that Selena has no right to continually shade Justin for moving on. Her fame is tied to his name. Others counter that Selena's talent and Latin roots maintain her relevance, dismissing claims she's just Justin's ex. These debates mirror potential discussions among friend groups about how each star has moved forward. Looking at all the tea from friend perspectives after the breakup, the patterns are clear. Selena's squad consistently framed her as glowing and thriving post-Justin, suggesting they viewed the relationship's end as her villain-to-hero redemption arc. Meanwhile, Justin's circle embraced his Hailey era as more stable and fulfilling, indicating they too saw the Jelena chapter closing as ultimately positive character development. A 2023 Reddit post highlighted how Selena defends Taylor Swift in a TikTok, showing the ride-or-die friendship between the two continued strong years after the Bieber saga ended. This enduring bond suggests Taylor remained Selena's emotional support through her entire healing journey. Fans on Reddit's R Justin Bieber in 2025 were still in their nostalgia era, posting about how they were so iconic and hot, proving that even as both Justin and Selena moved forward, the internet would never fully let Jelena go. The 2023 moment when Selena defended Hailey against toxic stan behavior showed major character growth. Media outlets reported how Selena Gomez defended Hailey Bieber on TikTok, demonstrating her evolution beyond the drama, growth her friends would have hyped up in the group chat. What really seals the deal on this whole saga is how both Justin and Selena's mental health journeys played major roles in their relationship dynamics. According to research, Justin has openly discussed his struggles with depression, anxiety, and past drug use in his 2020 Seasons documentary. Meanwhile, Selena has been been incredibly transparent about her lupus, bipolar disorder, and therapy journey. Their separate struggles made fans see unresolved pain between them, but their personal growth narratives, Justin's family focus, and Selena's mental health advocacy actually point more toward closure than lingering feelings. Friends on both sides watched them work through these challenges independently, which probably convinced them that the relationship had run its course. The public scrutiny these two faced was absolutely brutal. Jelena unfolded under non-stop media attention, with Selena receiving hate from Biebers and Justin being labeled the bad boy of pop. This constant pressure made it nearly impossible for them to figure things out in private, and friends saw how this magnified every issue they had. So do Justin and Selena still have feelings for each other? Their inner circles aren't dropping any confirmation, but what's obvious is that the people closest to them are celebrating their separate glow-ups, rather than shipping any reunion. The most revealing insight isn't from any dramatic tea spilling, but from watching how friendship dynamics naturally evolved. As Justin and Selena transformed from toxic exes into thriving adults with their own lives, their friends adapted too, understanding that while Jelena was an iconic era, it was just one chapter in their friends' main character journeys. The question of lingering feelings might never be fully answered, but what's obvious is that both Justin and Selena have taken deliberate steps to move forward. Justin's life as a husband and father, and Selena's engagement to Benny represent clear choices to build new chapters rather than revisit old ones. Their friends seem to respect these choices, focusing on supporting their current happiness instead of dwelling on what might have been. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed watching this video, click on one of the boxes playing on your screen to watch more similar content.